So, Splitgate is a game that's very interesting to me. I first saw gameplay of it maybe about a year ago when I saw a YouTube ad for it. I thought it looked like fun and that I might tell my friends about it, but I never actually got around to doing that. I had completely forgotten about the game until recently when I saw somebody post about it on Twitter. I decided that I might try the game out, so I downloaded it on Steam. My first impression of the game was that it's actually a lot better than I expected. While the ad that I saw did make the game look fun, I thought it might just be some poorly made indie game, so I was worried that the game might be missing some quality or maybe stability, which is a thing that you can see from a lot of smaller titles. So I was pleasantly surprised to find that the game was really well made. The gameplay was fun, made sense, and was well explained in the tutorial. I like the idea of portals in this game. They're very well implemented. You can teleport around the map almost freely on any map, but there's restrictions. You can only place the portals on a specific type of surface. I think this is a good implementation of a feature that could easily be game-breaking. It didn't take me long to figure out all sorts of different tricks that I could use the portals for. The attention to detail of the portals is great. You can see and shoot through your own portals. However, if you go up to an enemy's portal while you can still walk through it, you can't see through it. So there's great risk and reward implemented with that. The guns and combat system might be very simple, but I actually like it this way. Combat in this game isn't very confusing, it's easy for a new player to pick up, and you don't have to worry about whether your gun is good enough to fight other people's guns. Most guns in this game have a very high time to kill as compared to guns in other titles. I like this because it gives you a chance to use your movement and portals to escape and doesn't force you to just take an aim duel every single fight. The gameplay in this video is of my very first time playing Splitgate. I was still learning the maps and the mechanics, but you can see from the gameplay pretty clearly that I was getting a hang of it pretty quickly, because the game is easy to learn. I haven't put much time into any type of shooter game in a couple of months, but it was still very easy to pick up this game. Splitgate is free on Steam, which is great. In my opinion, not a lot of free games come out on Steam that are actually worth playing. A lot of free games on Steam are just simple little projects or don't have the same quality that paid titles demand a higher price for. It's very good to see a free game on Steam that's fun and looks like it's going in a good direction. Splitgate is also available on PlayStation and Xbox, which I think is really good too. I think this is about as many platforms as Splitgate is going to reach, because I don't think a game like this would play well on mobile, and I don't think it's going to be on Switch. The game's got great potential for both casual and competitive gameplay. There's big plans for Splitgate to grow as an esport, which I think is really good for this game. Gameplay is simple enough that anybody can learn it, but you have to be really good at the game to actually master it. There's potential for a lot of high IQ plays. I'm also starting to really like the maps, and I'm starting to pick out some of my favorites. They're all really simple, but they're well thought out. I like that the maps aren't just battlefields with cover on them. Your vertical positioning is very important in this game. At any time, somebody could portal to you, and you'll be dead. You have to stay on the move or find a smart position where you know you're safe. But there is a weakness to every position on these maps. It's very easy to get sniped if you're not paying attention. Besides the gameplay and maps, I really like the way that the game looks. Splitgate isn't overly realistic, and it reminds me a lot of Halo. I sacrificed epic settings for a little bit more performance, but I still think the game looks great. I'm still very new to this game, but overall I'm enjoying it so far. I highly recommend Splitgate. That's all.